So, hello and welcome to the program, which we begin with the violence on our streets. Last Saturday, an 18-year-old was king-hit for no reason. On Monday, his parents made the heartbreaking decision to turn off his life support. We're seeing a growing amount of senseless violence on our streets. And worse, the victims are often innocent bystanders, as Jackie Quist reports.
What it's done to our children and what this has done to us. We don't want it to happen to anybody else.
I felt physically sick when I first saw it, and not another one.
A single punch from a total stranger and an innocent 18-year-old is dead, turning the spotlight once again on Sydney's notorious King's Cross.
One punch can kill, Jackie, just like that.
For Bronx bomber Danny Green, the gloves are off.
It's sickening. It's vile and I'm just disgusted in it. And I just feel so bad for that poor kid and the same feeling for his family, it's just, and his friends.
The 3-times world boxing champion taking to the streets with Victims of Crime Assistance League's Howard Brown and Paul Stanley, father of Matthew, who was killed, aged just 15.
He probably didn't even see the punch coming because he didn't expect it. And while he was lying on the ground, this individual proceeded to kick him a number of times and then knee dropped onto his chest. He actually he had 2 fractures to his skull, 4 broken ribs and a crushed lung. And the doctor came down, he's got horrendous brain injuries, they're irreversible and he's going to die. And he did.
I've been working with victims of crime for 23 years. I believe that in the last 5 years, this is where we have seen an escalation in this just complete anti-social attitude.
But what happened to Thomas, tragic as it is, it could have been easily someone else.
Assistant Commissioner Mark Murdoch of the New South Wales Police says the pressure is on to solve Thomas Kelly's case.
But I'm very, very confident that in a relatively short space of time we will have someone before the courts in respect to this matter.
While police hunt Tom Kelly's killer, it's business as usual in King's Cross, and there's no shortage of violence. Literally half an hour after we arrived here, a man was set upon by fellow drinkers, one smashing a bottle and glassing him in the head. Bloodied and confused, the 47-year-old didn't know what hit him. We saw the vicious attack, which was over in seconds.
I heard it. I heard him get popped in the head with a glass and that was it. Could have taken his eye out, just like that.
Another assault, another statistic. Ambulance officers took the victim to hospital. Police have made an arrest.
Not everyone dies in these attacks, and we have a lot of people who suffer permanent brain injuries as a result.
In Victoria, one hit and James McCready Bryan was sentenced to life in a nursing home. The bright, fun-loving, sports-mad 20-year-old cut down in the prime of his life.
We need parents, we need teachers to turn around and say to kids, there are consequences to your actions and you need to think about what you are doing.
Somebody may have the intention of getting that and you'll be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's how it happens.
14 months ago, talented Perth footballer Luke Adams was king-hit. Whilst in a 2-week coma, doctors advised his family to turn off his life support. Later they were told he would be a vegetable, the 20-year-old somehow defying all medical odds.
The fact is, football was probably my life before the attack, but the fact is, at the moment, I can't play, and the likelihood is I won't be able to play again, so my life's, in that perspective, it's still a shell of what it was.
Luke now determined to help stamp out street violence.
I talk to kids about binge drinking, about how easy antisocial behaviour is to come across and what it can do to your life.
Like Luke, Paul Stanley, Howard Brown and Danny Green are committed to ending the violence and educating our kids.
Most of the kids are saying it's a combination of drugs and alcohol, or alcohol and drugs.
Paul arguing the law and attitudes must change. His son's killer released after only 2.5 years jail.
But I really feel that in many cases we as a community are going to be a lot safer if we can have some of these people off the streets. You can't tell me that you can rehabilitate somebody in 2.5 years.
The curb killed the man. So the curb jumped up, shaped up and went bang, hit the guy. This is what the judges are saying, because they're letting people off for murder, they're only getting charged with manslaughter because it wasn't the punch that killed him, it was the fall. It's a puzzle of absurdity.
Just no respect. And what we need to say to these young kids is, this could happen to you.
I don't know what else I can say except he was just the most beautiful kid who had his whole life in front of him, and it's taken him 18 years to feel comfortable and loved. And he's finally got his feet on the ground and had a purpose in life, and it's gone.
Police are still investigating Thomas Kelly's death.